Welcome to Poker Pro. Poker Pro is based on Texas Hold'em. The object of the game is to get the best hand before you play a game. To win, it's the first person to get 40,000 chips, or a time limit of 2 hours. If you want to do it for 20,000 or 1 hour, that's fine. Setting up the game is quite straightforward. Put your playing pieces on the start, where they are. And one person deals out 2 cards for each player and a flop. There's 2 ways to play in this game. You either play Pro, the person with the best hand only wins. If they got 3 of a kind, they'll win 1,500. Or Family, where everybody wins. You put your cards, I'm just putting them here. Your cards normally go here, and you put them on here, and you do not move these cards once you put them down. So if you have a look at your card, you've got to put it back. Press F, by the way, when you put it back. F. Then you're not allowed to swap these around or anything like that. They must be kept in the same place. And I've swapped them around, so I will put them back. I'll put them over here for now. After you set this up, you throw the dice, roll, and you play. You move 8 places, which is having the skill. If you happen to roll 6, for argument's sake, it says turn one of your whole cards face up. And I was red. I will now have to turn one of my cards up, and I'll have a look at the flop, look at my cards. I'm not going to turn that one up. Press F again, put it back. I will let that one show. So now your opponent will know that you got the 6 of clubs. There's other cards that would be helpful, like a guard card. Now if I had a guard card, I would want to guard my ace, and I'll put that on there. Now guard cards prevents anybody from swapping or moving that card. They cannot steal it, move it, swap it, or you don't have to say turn it over if someone says it in a table talk. Say table talk, you say a card and a suit, and you normally type it on here, say ace of spades. It comes up, and anyone with ace of spades has to show it. But But even if I had the ace of spades, I would not show it because it's underneath a guard card. Poker Pro is there, so this person picked up a Poker Pro, he gets another card. So he's basically got 3 cards. And it also acts as a card guard. No one can swap it, change it, or you don't have to show it. The only way to remove a guard card or a pro card is poker cards. Remove a skill card. If someone picks this up, they can attempt to move one of your cards, unless you have a block. Now blocks is used when needed, because officially you cannot use a skill card to the beginning of your turn. So if you pick one up and it's a save, which it is, you can't use that until your next turn. It's before you roll the dice. There's some cards, like over here, play a game. See, when you start a poker game, you have a choice of starting a game or not. This is the optional. If you haven't got a good enough hand and you don't think you're going to win, don't play a game. And no one plays. But you want to play a game and you've got this card, you can use this card instead of throwing the dice, and you can move straight to the next start a poker game. You cannot go to this one. This is Shark Player Poker Game. Starter poker games are each corner. This one you double your money. Only the player playing who started the game doubles their money, not everybody. The other people just get their normal payout, but if he actually wins, he doubles his payout. Now if someone does try removing your guard card or Poker Pro, you've got this card, you can use this and block them, and then both cards go in the recycle, well, discard pile. If you do lose your pro card, you lose both cards. If you lose your guard card, you still keep your card, but it got a chance of being stolen then. If you play a game, let's play a game. Say you allow someone pick this up, family plot, everybody must play a game now. So everyone just turns up. So he loses his guard card because he's actually going to be moving, playing the game. He looks at his card, or put it in right order, so I know. So he is going to have a ace and 7, and he still keeps this one underneath his pro card. Now, just for argument's sake, that was his pro card. Instead of that, the 8 will now become his pro card. The card he gets left, the card you have left goes back underneath the pro card for the next game. Then you do a turn and river and see what you've got. He's got 2 pair, and he's got a pair, only 1 pair. So he will get 500 chips. You go over here, get some chips out, and he will get 1,000 chips. Now the person who picked the card up to play the game will now have to pick up all the cards and shuffle. And he will do out 2 new cards and another flop. And then that would be the end of his turn. Now, the board. Run of bad luck. If anyone lands on this, they got to get rid of one of their cards. So if he landed on it, he got... See, he's got quite a good hand, but the best hand, the 9's the best one to keep. So he would be forced to throw that away, and he has to get a new card. Sometimes you will pick this up and say Red picks this one up, and he says, right, he's got to pick 1 card from his opponent. Can't do that one, so he'll pick that one, and that person has to get rid of it. It could be really good, really bad. And it turned out it wasn't that good a card anyway, but you sometimes don't know what they got. Edge. Edge is simple enough. You look at the top card of the deck. If you want it, you can have it, and you discard your card. If you don't want it, you must put it back on top of the deck. You can also pick up the cards they use now. Check in the dark. Let's do that one, if I can find it. Check in the dark is the same thing. You look at the top card of the deck, and then you just put it back on top. You're just looking. Put me here. Basically, move to any square on the board. Sometimes you get a use now one, so you got to do it straight away. And sometimes you got to save, and you can save for later. Take a peek. You look at someone's card. You have a look. I'll have a look at that card. Thank you very much. Oh, rubbish. Bad beat. Now, if you're the chip leader, you roll 2 dice. If you get a double, you lose half your chips. Or you may pick one up from the deck. There's only one of these in the deck. If you pick them up, don't matter if you're a chip leader or not, you roll 2 dice. You lose. If you get a double, you lose half your chips. Play a game. I'll explain that one. Still, you can swap one of your whole cards for another player. So say this guy doesn't want his 5. I believe it's a 5. No, 10. Doesn't want his 5. Doesn't know what the other guy's got, but he's going to decide, I'll swap your card. I might be lucky. And, oh yeah, that's quite handy. Then you can't stop anyone from doing that unless you've got a guard card. Dry board. Change one of the board. One of the flop boards. If you land on an add or turn or river, you just add a turn or river. But the person go, right, change one of the flops. Now it's not a turn, you cannot turn or river, just one of the flops. And say if you don't want it and you go pick up, I'm going to change that card, and you change it. But say you're going to change the 10 and the other guy's got this, play the board, he can say nope, I'm not allowing you. So you say I'm going to play this, try and move it, and as soon as you touch that, the guy goes nope, you can't change that, and stops you from doing it. Burn a card, if you land on this, you just pick the card up and put it on there. Oops. You just burn it. And sometimes you get a card, what you say, burn a card, but you get another skill card afterwards. So you just get out and you burn it. Can't find it. And get another skill card. And then you do. And then you say, well, I've got to save that. You can't do anything to this. It's your turn next. Well, that's basically it. Let's just do one more fun game. See what he's got under his pro card. He will. Oh no, there you are. 8, 9. No, he still can't do it. He just gamble with those two. And river. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. He will get a straight. He's just got a pair of fives. No, he's got two pairs. So family pot. He will win 1,000, but he will win 2,500. And that will go under his pro card. Then he gets cards, deal each person 2 cards, do the flop, and that's the end of his turn. Quick rundown on pineapple. Well, pineapple, you don't use pro cards, so you throw them away. So if you get a pro card, you're annoyed. Difference with pineapple, everybody gets 3 cards. The pro card becomes a hold card. Then you do the flop. And while I'm here, I've forgotten something. Optional, discard one of your hold cards and take a new card. That means you literally can say, oh, I don't want this card. Just say when we're playing Hold'em, you look at the 2 cards, you can go, that's rubbish, you can discard it and get a new card. If that one was, say, turned up, the new card gets turned down. There's also a reload, and that's reload both of your cards. So again, it's the same with playing pineapple. Now, he can choose 2 of his cards to change. And it'll go for that one, and that one. Oh dear, bad, don't matter. And he'll get 2 new cards. Just for argument's sake, we were playing Hold'em. He looks at his card and he's on reload, reload both of your cards. He's got a Jack, therefore he doesn't not want to reload because he cannot reload one. He's got to do both, so he would not do it. But he was playing pineapple. He look at all 3 and go, yeah, I'll get rid of these 2. And he'll make sure that one goes back on the right square and gets 2 more. So when you play a hand, first of all you look at all cards. Then you can choose one card you don't want, and it's that one. Now you have 2 cards like Texas Hold'em. You do the same here. 3's no good, you'll throw that one away, and he's playing that. Then it's back to normal Texas Hold'em. You get a turn, the river, and the best 5 cards win. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and have fun.